Hello everyone and welcome on the Papier Drive channel. I'm Ursula and today I will be painting with you a palm tree. But before starting my explanation about this painting, I want to wish you a very happy new year for 2020. I hope it will be filled with creativity and fun. In my last video, I wasn't able to talk because I had the flu and my voice was completely gone. But I tell in the description box that I was moving to Barcelona in Spain. So here I am in Barcelona. I'm ready to take my video back and record and paint again. My installation is not perfect at the moment, but I can paint, so I'm very happy about that. And as I'm changing from country, from Sweden to Spain, of course my inspiration will change a lot. And usually in January I'm painting snow and landscape filled with snow and ice. But today I want to paint something quite different. I want to paint a palm tree under a warm winter sunlight. I started this painting with my big fat brush. It's my biggest round brush I have. And I was focused on mark making with my big brush, and I wanted to have the feeling and the energy of the palm tree leaves before anything else, even if I'm just putting a lot of water after I'm making my mark, just to have this first feeling of energy in my painting, and then I will build the background by adding a lot of water and smoothing everything down. And it's quite fun to work with mark making at first, because you can make bold mark and have fun with all your gesture when you are painting, because you know that if there is something that you doesn't like, you just add water and it will merge into the background. So it's really a free feeling to have when starting a painting like that. And when I'm quite happy with my first layer with my big brush, I'm changing to a smaller brush, a very smaller brush. It's a brush in a dagger shape, which is quite nice to paint a tiny line on the paper. And I'm adding the first impression of palm tree leaves on my paper by adding those tiny lines in the direction of the leaves. And right now you can see the palm tree even if it's my first layer, and of course I will add details in a second layer, but my palm tree is here right now, and that's quite fun to see. And you know that I was quite in love with Aussie red gold back in Stockholm, but right now it's even more my favorite color, because it's a perfect warm color for the green here in Barcelona. It's the perfect color for warm sunlight, so I'm really happy to be able to play with it even more. So my first layer is almost finished, and I'm very happy with it because it has the strength and the energy that I wanted to have on my painting of this palm tree. And I will let this layer dry, and I will talk you through my supplies. For the brushes, I'm using an Escoda aquario number 18 and a silver brush black velvet 1/4 inch. And for the color, I'm using Indanthrene blue, Aussie red gold, burnt sienna, lavender, and nickel azure yellow. And my paper is Canson Héritage in rough. And now my paper has fully dried, and I will focus on this second layer on adding a little bit of details and depth to this palm tree, because it is looking a little bit flat right now, and I need to have a little bit more depth in order to make it a little bit more realistic in a way. And this is the fun part, because I get to make a lot of tiny marks with my tiny brush, and every mark I do not like, I can wash it away with water and it will merge with the background. So it's a really nice stage in this painting where I can test something, and if I do not like them, I just add water and it will disappear. And I can still go back when this area is dry and add a little bit more detail if I want. And for the colors, I'm using the exact same mix from my first layer. That's Indanthrene blue with Aussie red gold and a little bit of nickel azure yellow in some part. And I'm changing this color, this mix of color, every time I pick color in my palette, so that the green is always a little bit different from a leaf to another, and even from the bottom of the leaf to the top of the leaves. So all of this tiny change in the color will make the tree appear a little bit more natural. And that mix of Indanthrene blue with Aussie red gold is really a nice green mix, because it's not as bright as a really green grass color. It's really a little bit dull, and that's a perfect color for something natural. And the nickel azure yellow color in this mix adds just the touch of colder color I need in order to make the warm Aussie red gold pop a little bit more. These two colors are quite complementary in this painting, and they work very well together. I had some trouble to make the center of my tree a little bit more realistic or believable. It lacks of a little bit of depth, and I do not know right now what went wrong, but it's my first palm tree I'm painting right now, so I'm quite happy with how it turned on, and I will learn, because I'm sure I will make lots of painting of palm tree in the near future. So I'm learning, and I want to show you how I'm learning. I'm using darker color for the trunk of the palm tree and the center of the palm tree, and for that I'm just using burnt sienna with a little bit of Indanthrene blue, and I get a cool brown that will be perfect for the trunk. At this stage of my painting, I was quite happy with the palm tree, but I felt that it was a little bit flat, because everything was green or in those kind of colors, and nothing was popping or making some contrast. So I decided to take a chance and add some lavender color to my painting, and I think it was the best idea I ever had for this painting. It adds a lot of contrast in colors, and my painting is really more interesting right now with the lavender than it was before. And this lavender color is very interesting because it's an opaque color, so it's almost the unique opaque color I have in my watercolor box right now. And it's a very interesting color because I can put it on top of other color, and it will still show and not be transparent as all my other color are. So it will pop wherever I put it on top of other colors. I have to say that I was quite afraid of painting this palm tree because before this painting I didn't paint in a month, I think, because I was moving, my stuff was in boxes, and I couldn't paint. But I'm really happy with the result, and my feeling while painting this painting was really nice, and it feels really good, so I'm very happy. And this video is now ending. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like it. Please check the blog post for more information about the painting and tell me what you think in the comments. See you soon.